Hi guys, and welcome back to Scot Minis. I'm your host, Scott, as we look into the weird and wonderful world of alternative miniatures for all your war gaming needs. Now, just remember to subscribe if you want to see more content based on this, or if smash that like buttons as well. And give us some feedback as well, guys. Always glad to hear some comments, whether it's good. If it's not so good, let me know as well. Now today we're actually going to look at the Forces of Chaos, and more specifically Nurgle. Now, as we await Games Workshop's release of their new codex for Death Guard, which was just announced last week, which we're all looking forward to seeing. Brand new characters, brand new troops that are going to be undoubtedly taken in. Some existing models I think will be re-imaged. We know that there's going to be a lot of brand new cool looking stuff for the Death Guard just coming out, hopefully with a brand new codex. So, searching the web this week, we're going to come across some good alternative miniature companies. And the first one I want to kind of highlight to you guys, and like I say, the whole point of my channel is just to show you guys that you can buy these really cool one-off pieces from these different miniature suppliers based right across the world. Some really cracking, brilliant looking stuff that's came out and allows us just to kind of see what different artists are doing apart from Games Workshop, and they're still following in the same style. So first of all, I want to show you guys this one. It's from a company called Bitstore. I came across this. All I literally did was looked in and I researched plague miniatures up on Google, and it kind of populated up all these different images that I could see relating to kind of Death Guard Marines, which some of them look pretty good, some look a little bit crap if I'm being honest. But this one here I really like. I thought he was absolutely cracking. The Plague Prince, manufactured, like I say, by www.bitstore.com. Really cool looking company, specifically manufactured by Spellcrow. But you can get this miniature from this bitstore.com. €27.50. I reckon that's kind of more Games Workshop sort of prices, but I really like the look of this guy. I liked how decayed and how mutated he actually looked. You know, you've got the great big, you've got the kind of massive shoulder pads there, huge belly protruding outwards. Just looks really smart. Would fit in really well with your Death Guard Terminators. From what I remember on 8th edition, I think Terminators weren't really that great in 8th edition. From what I remember, a lot of new players, what they were tend to do were they were tend to use a lot of Primaris forces. Terminators were kind of given a sideline, but I think they're going to make a huge comeback. Looking at the stats on Terminators, I mean, I always remember Terminators back in early editions were your powerhouse unit, and what you would do is you would give them you either max them out with close combat weapons, which would absolutely decimate your enemy, or what you would do is, because you would be able to teleport them down, which I'm pretty sure you can still do now, or what you would do is you would just generally maximise them as heavy fire units. I remember we're going back a number of years ago when I was really into 40k in the early days. Somebody had came in, they'd put out there, it was Cyclone missile launchers along with the assault cannon, and that was like a double loadout. And when he put them on, it was like it absolutely decimated everything on that table. I think Games Workshop quick released, because it was a bit of a trick that the guy had used to a bit play those miniatures. As cool as what it was, and as scary as what it was when you were up against somebody like that. Obviously having the 2+ saves for their Terminator armour, then having this firepower coming out from them, it would just made him absolutely destroy anything on that table. And I think from what I remember rightly, he had probably about 10 of those big powerhouse unit. But this guy here, you know, I kind of saw him as a Terminator captain. You know, great sort of leading miniature there, really smart. A lot I can see from this company do like a lot of kind of 40k and Horus Heresy bits, and just like it's just really handy, just a really handy bit store you can get. But I'm sure you'll agree that Spellcrow miniature just looks absolutely phenomenal. You know, cracking on. I actually looked at these ones as well. I thought these were perfect for your cultists. Plague apothecaries. You know, you can have your Imperial Guard guys, or you can have your kind of plague zombies in your Death Guard army. Really good screening troops as you're firing them forward. But I really like to look at these, and I was just thinking, man, if I had like maybe say 10 or 20 of these plague apothecaries screening my Death Guard right in front of me, that would actually look really pretty awesome as they flooded out into the battlefield. As much as the cultists are really cheap, really, like, they're quite bad at shooting and stuff, but when used correctly, those screening troops can come in really handy. I think Games Workshop maybe need to look at the points values of a lot of these miniatures, because I've noticed the points values of cultists, or for my army, Imperial Guard, I've noticed the points values are actually going up. So for these sort of guys, you know, I kind of wish they re-evaluated the points values and made them a lot cheaper, so you can actually just flood the battlefield. I mean, seeing about 100 of these guys out there, whereas I reckon the points value, I think it averages out about 5 points just now per cultist. If it took it down to maybe about, say, half that, wouldn't even need to be half that, round it up to say 3, I think it would make it more fair. And you could actually end up buying more miniatures and just having this great big cultist as they all scream forward. But I love that Plague Apothecaries. I think they looked really, really smart, just really unusual, really different. Again, like by Warmonger Miniatures, that's on www.warmongerminiatures.com. Very, very interesting, good price as well. Undoubtedly, I think they're made out of metal, those, but just really nice looking miniatures, those. I came across this one next. This was a French company. Originally, I thought this is just somebody who's green stuffed. Basically, it's not. It's maybe somebody who's just done a conversion and they've green stuffed all this extra stuff on top, but it's actually a company that's making these and with this green stuff, and it looks like they're actually moulding them to hand. Really, really nice. I think for if you want to go down the route of a Nurgle or Death Guard army, one thing I found is that the current Greater Demons, although they're huge and they look impressive, to me, Demon Princes should be about twice that size. I mean, they're like a step down from being almost like a god. So what they should be is they should be this immense, huge characters you just put on. It should almost be the size of like an Imperial Knight, I think. But I haven't played too much of Death Guard when it comes to using their sort of Demon Princes and stuff. So, I mean, my experiences, Death Guard I've always known. I actually had a sizable Death Guard army, but I never actually, that was before I actually probably started playing 40k again. I just liked collecting the models, everything from the Poxwalkers to the Death Guard. I had the Nurgle, I think it was the Nurgle Demons as well, box set that I had of beautiful, stunning miniatures you could get from Games Workshop. But the one thing I always thought was lacking was just having a Demon Prince in that army, and I kind of wish the Demon Princes were just a lot bigger, a lot more impressive. But again, it wouldn't stop you guys from actually converting something like that, or actually being able to do something like that and just making it up yourself. You know, that's whole part of the hobby. It's just to have a bit of fun and make up the miniatures yourself. But again, this company, eflixminiatures.com, just fantastic looking miniatures, really good, really impressive. Like the plague sword that he's got, it would fit in well with all your plague demons as well. And lastly, and not least, we have this guy here. It's just an impressive looking miniature. You know, I love that fact he's got the Nurgle in his hand. He's obviously charging forward to get something. It just looks a great miniature. That, love that. Love the expression. Love the way it's looking. Really great detailing on there from the resin. You know, it just looks fantastic. A couple little gaps in there, I think, but apart from that, you know, it's pretty easy to sort of hide. You know, interesting thing I actually learned about Nurgle is that, what is it again? Nurgle is they tend to act more like the Nurgle demons. Generally want to play with their enemies rather than hurt them and destroy them. It's the only chaos god that actually wants to play rather than destroy. So what they do is they tend to, every time they keep on wanting to play, these greater demons, and every time they keep getting rejected, they actually end up getting hurt more. This is actually in the Death Guard rulebook. Every time they get rejected, they become meaner and become tougher because they can't understand why they're not getting played with. It's just a great sort of twist on what can be a really grim, dark atmosphere of 40k. And like I say, this one here, I mean, it's great price as well, you know, for a one-off miniature like that, 4 inches tall, you know, it's pretty cool. But to me, I would honestly have a couple of these set out and make them plague bearers rather than the actual demon prince, and would actually have a really sizable miniature. But it might be a good idea for some of you guys to try that and just convert it and just see what you think. Like I say, interesting stuff from all these companies that I've shown you today. You know, again, if you guys want to see anything more on these Chaos miniatures, anything new that's coming up, this is what I'm going to try and do with this channel. Any new releases that's came out from Games Workshop, I'm going to try and link it in, so that if they're doing a brand new codex, I think the Blood Angels is coming up soon, I'm going to try and highlight the alternative miniatures. Again, just comment in the comment section, guys, let me know what you think. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, give us a thumb down if you think it's just rubbish. Either comment's excellent, guys, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Have a great day. Cheers now, bye.